Welcome to the Valt Podcast. We are your car culture cultivators. Glad to have you guys here this week. We have a great, exciting show for you today. Of course, my name is Shaun, and as always, we're here with
Rob
and Joe. How's it going, everybody?
Good, man. Good to see everybody. Boom, boom. All right. So, Joe,
What's going on with your Datsun?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that, dude. You know I'm sensitive about that right now. The same thing that's going on last week and the week before. Absolutely nothing. But I tell you what, who does have something? Joe has a great show for us today.
Yeah. So, like always, if you're new to the podcast, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. It's very simple. You're listening to it on YouTube. So just click the red button above you, and that's it. You're subscribed. Congratulations, and it's really fun. We post every single week, and they're good. They're good episodes.
Go ahead and tap that bell notification too.
Tap, yeah, I'm not sure what it does, but tap the notification because everyone tells you to do that. So I would do that too. It's down below. I think actually, if you're looking at it from this camera, I think it's like there.
Wait.
There.
Joe, you're gonna love this in post. Look at my.
Nice. But yeah, and then in our membership platform, we're still popping, we're still growing. The links are down in the description if you want to learn about that stuff. But yeah, short plugs. That brings us straight to the question of the day, which is, what is the best startup jingle of all time? So when you think about like a startup jingle, like the worst one of all time, like you think of like an old Mercedes where you put the key in and it just squeaks at you. And you know, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So now that we know what a jingle is, what is your favorite jingle that you've ever been in? Because all U.S. cars.
I think if I understand what you're saying, it is like when you put the key in, it's like the ding that it gives you to remember to take your key out when the door's open.
Yeah, or like welcoming you into the car.
Yeah, I don't know much about the welcoming you into the car thing, but and it's such a predictable answer, but a lot of the like JDM, 80s and 90s JDM that gives you like really pleasant tones when you have the key left in.
I was literally going to say like 80s, 70s, like Datsuns, Nissans, that sick buzzer, kind of dying buzzer sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you've forgotten what it sounds like because
Yeah.
you haven't driven your car in so long, but yeah.
It's kind of like a... Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
I mean, the Mercedes. The thing about the Mercedes one is it's like a 124 wagon, for example. The sound it makes, right? I think it's the same sound. In that car.
Yeah.
It's such a like kind of an iconic sound, like specific to those cars.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
really is.
like it because it's atrocious. It's so loud.
It's the worst.
It's the worst noise ever.
Yeah.
The other car that does it is C3 Corvettes. I don't know if C2s do it, but C3 Corvettes make the most atrocious key sound. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the European cars it was required in the States to have these tones to get people to not forget their keys, but in Europe that didn't exist. So like on some European like BMWs, there is no like tone.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder if the Mercedes was just like, we have these random speakers like that are like 1 cent. Let's just like throw the cheapest thing in there and make it doesn't matter. People are going to turn the car on immediately anyway.
Yeah. And they won't
but
forget their key.
I hate that sound. I think it's like the one thing that makes the car feel shitty and old is those tones.
I know a lot of people get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it's easy to
Yeah, it's super. You just unplug it. But
now with all the new cars, especially with BMW, they're so like heavenly when you get
yeah.
into them.
Yeah,
Well, that's
they
what I was
give
gonna
you,
say.
like,
I used to
really
hate the E60, the 2008 like jingle, because I was so used to the E39 one, which it was one of the nicer ones. But the E60 one and the whatever all the other chassis of that generation is a very nice it's a very nice and comfortable like tone now.
Yeah.
I used to hate it, but now I love it. It's like my favorite now. But that's an interesting question that I had.
Yeah.
Comment down below what your jingles are. I'm sure you guys have some also.
Yeah.
But that brings us into current events. So this is all F1 news, but Ferrari wins at Monaco.
That's 2 races there in the calendar this year where Max has not won.
Yeah. And the next piece of news we'll be talking about them after. But yeah, I guess Charles Leclerc became the winner at this race. I guess there's a whole bunch of Charles Leclerc, whatever. Comments, please hate me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He had this really heartfelt like speech about how he's been wanting to, like, this is the race that got him into F1 and racing and stuff, and he's always wanted to win, and he's lost every single time, and so this is a big thing for him.
Oh, he is a really
That's
good
dope.
driver too.
Yeah. But
great for
it's
him.
this is interesting news. What's more interesting to me is that I guess like Red Bull has been having some like technical issues with their cars recently, and it's just showing. And now cars are did they finish this race?
I don't know. I didn't watch this race.
I don't
know
think they
that
finished.
Didn't Red Bull win? No, was it McLaren? Who won the
6th place at Monaco.
Okay, so
what GP was
Yeah.
before Monaco? God dang it!
I don't know, man. What's
Guess it
well,
wasn't Red Bull.
let's delete that.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but anyway, it's there. It's
We need
interesting.
VJ here because he would have so
VJ
much to
will
say
know.
about
Yeah,
this.
but
and I
yeah.
just
VJ, if you're listening to this, please come home.
makes me feel like
'cause,
I'm not a
we
car
miss you.
person when I don't know anything about F1 calendar.
Yeah, but basically, it's cool that other teams are starting to win, and it's interesting to see that McLaren seems to be falling short a lot recently.
Yeah.
With a lot of their like
You mean Red
mechanical
Bull?
issue. What did I say?
You said
McLaren.
McLaren has been doing better, actually. McLaren has been doing better.
Yeah. Anyway, Red Bull is not like. It just goes to show how much.
Do you want to just cut this whole segment out?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
how's
It might be
Hyundai
funny. Anyway, fun to see other teams winning.
Actually, Red Bull is Honda motor, I think.
I said Hyundai.
Isn't it? Or is it
so.
McLaren that's Honda motor? I think Red Bull has.
I think
Honda
it's Honda motor, yeah.
So yeah, Honda's not doing well.
No, I said Hyundai.
Hyundai. They're all getting stolen.
No.
It's super easy. You
That's
just use
Kia.
the USB.
I watched a dude on Harrison Street today at the shop walking with a one of those radio transmitters that opens doors.
No kidding?
And I was parked there on the phone outside of my car, and he just walks by me and like nods at me holding this thing, and he passed my car with the thing, and he just like looks at me and nods at me, and I'm like, are you
Dude.
serious? Like he's just trying to break into every car.
I got off the freeway yesterday, and there's a nice leather bag just sitting on the side of the exit, and folders and everything out of it. So I'm like, oh man, that's somebody's bag. So I grab it, and luckily the guy had his business cards in here. And I'm
No
like,
way. Did it have
yeah.
anything in it valuable? I'm sure anything in there
No,
was
he didn't
gone.
have his lap. He has said his laptop was in there as well as with his iPad. But
so
he was
those are
like,
gone.
"Is my blue little binder in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, it's in here." He's like, "Oh man, okay, that's cool."
Oh,
So,
wow. So that was
yeah.
like business documents or something?
Yeah. He was worked for like Caldwell Banker or something. So yeah.
But his
for their luxury
laptop-
brand.
his
everything
laptop
else
got
was
stolen?
everything was gone.
Man, I hope they can't get into it if those are bank computers.
Oh,
I guess they're probably really secure.
Yeah.
But that sucks.
that sucks.
That's very nice of you to take it.
Yeah. Then he offered to tip me $20. He's like, "Oh, here, get you something to eat." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not broke."
Pull up in the Porsche.
Yeah. He's like, here's $20 to get some food. I'm like, "Dude, I'm good."
It's a nice idea.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
It's a very nice idea.
Yeah, good for you. That's
Cool.
awesome.
Sucks
So-
for that guy though.
It does. Vault News, our Cars and Coffee partner with my shop, Otati Car Detailing and Contra Costa Auto Service, is happening very, very
Is it
soon. This
coming
weekend.
up this weekend?
This weekend.
That's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
fun.
dope.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It won't be raining this time.
Yeah, the last month it was like pouring, so this will really be the first one, so that'll be cool. Directly the day after that is Barbecue. It's the third Barbecue, so that'll be a hit. Really looking forward to this weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then right after Barbecue, we're gonna announce Cars and Culture number 2. So a lot of things happening.
And
stay
VJ, as
tuned.
usual, has got
Yeah.
a very nice poster.
Yeah, so we have a
coming our
poster
way.
ready to
We've already
go.
seen it.
It'll be fun.
Perfect.
It's lovely.
So yeah,
Very British.
that is the Vault News, short and sweet.
We got to work on getting our posters up to our Vault site too.
On updating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for some of those that love our classic posters, we have them. They'll be out soon. We'll get them out there for you.
The old ones.
Yeah.
Somebody asked for them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, everybody's always asking, "Hey, where's this poster? Where's that poster?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a
That's good
lot,
to
of,
know.
lot of the members like put them on their walls and like
Yeah,
collect them
exactly.
and stuff. Yeah, we should have like a backlog of them.
Yeah.
Because it would be good. Because I'm gonna be even putting some in my shop and it's like hard for me even to find them. But anyway, that brings us into the project updates. So mine are also kind of boring again for the 4th week in a row. But my new car saga continues. Last week we talked about how the Corolla hatchback people were playing games. So
Did
tomorrow
they ever
I'm
come
gonna-
back to you?
No, they never got back to me, which is fine. The car's still for sale, which is funny. Because usually those things go.
I don't know
but-
what it is with. I think Toyota dealerships are just so cocky. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
just
know.
haven't had any good experiences with.
Yeah, I
Toyota
mean,
dealers
in their
either.
defense, there was one new one the one I looked at, and so I figured I'm gonna look at this car. They're gonna give me an outrageous price. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna leave, and then they're just gonna sell it to someone else because it's like a car that just lasts, right?
Yeah.
And then it's still there, and there's now another one with like 5,000 miles on it. That's the same spec. So it's like,
I wonder what their weekly inventory cost is.
right? And they're like burning
lotting.
money on this car. That's
Do
like,
they own it, or is it on a? I wonder how they. I mean, you wouldn't know this.
I
from
was
what they're
talking to
saying,
this
though,
guy,
right?
and the guy obviously isn't going to tell me the truth, but he said that they bought it from another dealer.
Oh, on a wholesale.
Yeah.
auction.
So who knows? I have no idea. But
It's probably not owned outright by them. It's
yeah,
probably on.
I'm sure it's on a loan or something.
yeah.
But anyway,
Expensive.
that I was just kind of mulling around the internet, and there's a Honda dealership near my shop that is selling 2024 Civic hatchbacks with their sport package, which is nothing, but it's like a slightly different styled package, which actually looks kind of nice. And they're selling them for like $300 a month less than what they quoted the Toyota at, and they're the same price, the same car. Actually, the Civic is a better,
Buy it.
it's a way better interior.
What's their monthly? What is the lease rate?
$279 a month.
Yeah, that's.
This is
much
gonna be
better.
for a work car.
Yeah,
Are you with the hatchback?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
They're pretty roomy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
had
never
one.
been inside of one, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to taking a look at it tomorrow. And if it works out, I'll be driving it next week to the pod to show you guys. But I mean, it's not going to be anything special, right? It's
all
like it's like
You
the
could put together like a hype beast edit.
yeah. I'll get some airbag suspension and like some JDM grill.
Yeah, you got to get like an anime girl on the rear
Anyway,
quarter window.
it'll be cool.
Nice
I hope.
And
I
a
hope.
Broken Hearts
Bro,
logo on the rear window.
Yeah, I hope it works out because I've
Lonely
actually,
Drivers Club.
Yeah, it's the anti Honda club. Anti Honda club. Anyway, I have been looking at the Civics hatchbacks for a while because I love the way they style the interior.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to actually like get into one and have one for a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, if they're gonna, I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Saga continues. We'll find out. But then today I cleaned the Bentley up. I was gonna drive it out this evening, just to get some miles on it. But the last time we used it I think too much because we parked it and it puked mineral oil everywhere.
Where'd you go last time?
We drove it all over the place. I daily drove it for like a month. We put 4,000 miles on it. Shaun drove it. VJ drove it all over the place.
Oh,
And it's puking mineral oil, like an insane amount of mineral oil.
it was definitely VJ. That's probably why he disappeared.
Yeah, probably. So I detailed it today because it was being neglected. I was gonna put some miles on it this weekend. But as I was pulling it out to get it detailed, because it's in the corner of my shop, like a stream of oil is just coming out of it everywhere. And I let it sit for too long, and then like entire laptop size of oil puddle, and there's no like oil level warning lights on, which means that there's still enough oil in the system to like use to brake.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be in that situation where like I push the brake.
Well,
there's
you don't
no
want to be the
pressure.
guy that dies because
Yeah,
his brake
right.
system.
So I put it back, and it's gonna go on the lift this weekend, and we're gonna try to fix
Maybe
it.
it was just like an old guy fart for a car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
well,
sitting too
what it
long,
is-
you moved it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, what it really needs
Let
is
it
it needs to be
out. Yeah.
driven. And once it's driven, it'll be fine. I'm sure
Exactly.
it'll seal up.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. I didn't feel too comfortable on the highway with it
Yeah,
today.
old
so,
guy fart.
Makes sense.
so maybe
guy
tomorrow
shark.
we'll put some
Shark.
miles on it, get it running a little bit.
You'd know.
But now, it's looking good. So yeah, those are my product updates. Shaun, what's going on with you?
So not too much of an update this week, but I did have a milestone. So I've been stuck on like 49,000 miles and change on the 964.
Has it like made you not want to drive it a lot?
It's made me not want to
Yeah.
drive it. Exactly.
Just gotta get out and do it.
And so finally, I just went out and did it.
Yeah.
And just to get it over with, I don't know what it is, but
And now you're like, okay, next one's 100.
yeah, now it's like now I have 50,000 on the 964, and I'm like, you know what? Hell, I could just drive it with no abandon now.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah, that's great.
I always talk about.
You bought
know,
it with what?
I bought it with 47 and some change, and I've had
Okay,
it for
yeah.
4 years.
Yeah,
I've
you've
only
hardly driven it.
Yeah, I don't drive it that much, but it was good. It's good to be out driving it.
Yeah.
So,
You had it today too.
yeah.
Was it
yeah.
today that it went over 50?
It was it was the on Saturday it went over 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was trying to market with a nice little Instagram thing and a reel or whatever the case and record it, and then I forgot. and then it was, 50,000 owed to. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're never gonna get that chance again until you
Yeah.
get to 100,000. So
Yeah.
Well, I can always roll it back.
yeah, it's roll
You
back.
got a lot of
Yeah.
mud on your tires.
Oh, well,
Go off roading.
that's another story. Well, speaking of that Saturday, we went to a wedding and I had a few drinks. And I'm not encouraging.
And he was not
way.
driving the car.
No. We were in a parking lot, and I went the wrong way and decided, you know what, I probably shouldn't drive. And so my buddy drove it, but that wrong way, we ended up in a field.
Oh no.
Oh, nice. That's a good story.
So yes, it was off road a little bit. But,
That's funny.
yeah, good wedding though. It's a great wedding.
I can imagine that. Sounds like it was a really good wedding.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
a great wedding.
That's funny.
Nice. Robert, any project updates?
I mean, mileage numbers. My Volvo's almost at 110. I'm at 109 right now. Still need shocks.
Did you
Still
have
need
all
to
that stuff,
put 'em
though?
in. Yeah, I have it all, but I gotta have like a whole day to do it.
Yeah.
I've not had a whole day to do it. So that's my only update. I moved the E30 to the other side of the street this week, so I'd avoid a ticket.
Nice.
This is the most miles I've put on that car in a few months.
Nice.
About 40 feet. I mean, the only other project updates are inventory stuff. We sold the E46 M3 and we sold the Mangusta, and we got 2 other really special Ferraris coming in soon, and then we got 2 other special Ferraris, not special Ferraris, but nice Ferraris leaving. That's really the only interesting
Nice.
project
That's
updates
dope,
I
dude.
have.
Cool. Well, that brings us into marketplace finds. We'll start with you again, Robert. What is your first
Oh
find?
yeah, I've got a double header today.
I got one too, so you're good.
No, but I got a double header of the same make,
Oh,
and y'all are gonna be bored.
Oh my God.
1999 Volvo V70R. $7,000, not bad.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That
It's got
color's dope.
It's got 164,000 miles, which is like pretty standard. It's actually like kind of low for one of these. It's the interior's in really good shape though.
The whole car seems like it's in good shape.
Some of these cars have
Ugh.
horrible interiors. Yeah, I know the vacuum lines.
They missed an opportunity there.
But yeah, it's too bad it's not a manual.
Yeah.
It's well detailed, a little bit suspiciously well detailed.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is too clean.
Yeah.
Is there a manual swap that they offer for these, or is that common?
I
on
mean, you
these?
can do it. They made them in manual, so you can just find a manual transmission
yeah.
and swap it.
These
Yeah, I
are
just
super
think
cool.
The price, and it's got a custom plate that makes me think it's owned by an enthusiast,
Yeah.
and it's a good color. The interior looks like it's in great shape.
Yeah.
I didn't read through. I don't know if there's issues with it, but
Yeah, I mean, he's just giving the whole history of the car.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. This is a cool car. I hope
it's nice looking.
yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the
It's a
extra
good
money,
color.
I would totally be interested in doing
Yeah.
something like this. Number 2 is probably another Volvo based off of the hints.
And this is I don't think I'd ever actually buy this, but I just want to experience one of them.
2011 Volvo C30.
Any one of the like R design
design.
C30s, they made them in manuals. They're basically Focus RSs. I think it's the same motor as the Focus RS.
Oh, really? I
Was.
didn't know that. That's
Either
cool.
the Focus or the Fiesta RS. Very
That makes
good.
sense.
And a
Fiesta
manual.
ST.
That's cool.
Very different if it's the Fiesta or the
Wow,
Focus,
I had
but-
no idea that these were Fords.
Yeah, this was still under Ford ownership. At least I don't know if it was this late, but yeah.
That makes sense.
Let me corroborate that.
This
Really
is a
quick.
cool car. For $7,600. This seems like kind of a blast. I could see the Ford in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks almost exactly like a Fiesta.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
It's the same lines and everything.
It was like a detuned Ford motor, and I think I can't remember if it was shared with the Fiesta or the Focus. It would make a lot more sense as the Focus. Yeah, it is a Focus RS motor.
Focus.
It's the
Focus
same
RS
motors.
motor.
It's the same, or maybe it's
Right.
it's a cheap Focus RS,
Interesting.
but
Wow,
it's
that's like
definitely
huge.
detuned. I think it's 230 horsepower
Wow, so that's like a huge. That's great.
because those motors are like 300 in the Focus RS.
Yeah,
or
350.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a great find.
Yeah.
That's like a bargain.
Yeah.
Bargain
Yeah,
car.
they never are worth much. I mean, you go on bat and they like sometimes touch the 20s.
The motors on there, well, those are pretty good though. On the Fords, I know the
they blow
transmissions
head
were
gaskets, but on the Focus RS, they're also like tuned way
Yeah.
higher than this car.
Okay,
so
yeah.
they blow head gaskets. But on these, there's probably like all these Volvo issues. Like if you drive it uphill both ways in a snowstorm on a Saturday morning, it'll explode. And,
Yeah, cool
you know.
hoses
Yeah,
blow up.
like-
Cool hoses blow up, but it's precisely at 79 degrees Fahrenheit in South Lake Tahoe,
yeah, exactly. Where there's no service.
where God is just like, oh, you're trying to go up a mountain? No, you're not.
Not
You're about
now.
to blow up. That's cool. It's a good find. I hope someone. That's a.
I would love to own one. The thing is, every time I like really, I don't remember much about them, which is stupid because I've looked into them so many times. But every time I look into it, people are basically just like, buy a Focus RS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause-
well,
But then you have to own a Focus RS. You know, I think
I've been close to Focus STs a couple times.
Yeah.
Because they're really great driver cars.
They're just so like
They're just very focused.
I could never get into them because they're very. It's like kind of like a an STI in a suit, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's kind of feels a little bit like it's still like a boy racery thing.
Yeah,
which is
it's
fine.
still
The
very-
Volvo feels a little bit like you're like a,
Distinguished gentleman with a.
or like you're like a cool tennis mom,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or like a cool tennis mom's son.
I was
Yeah.
trying to buy a work car at one point, and I always like Honda Fits, and the Ford dealer convinced me that a Fiesta was a better car. This is the worst car I've ever driven in my life.
Better than what?
I said it was the worst car I've ever
But
driven.
he said
in
it
my
was
life.
better than what?
Than a Honda Fit. But it's just the transmission issues.
He thought it was better than a Honda Fit.
It was just the
Bro, give me this
transmission
guy's. Give Kevin this guy's business card.
in the Fords. I don't know if about the ST, but some of the other Ford Fiestas.
It was just a base Fiesta. Yeah, I mean they're pretty. It's like the classic. You know, when you go to like you talk to like
Focus.
somebody in Europe about American cars.
Yeah.
And they're like, why does it always sound like it's like struggling everywhere you go? It's so loud and
Yeah.
it makes so many interior noises. And that's what I think of when I think like base Fiestas. There's just like tons of
Yeah, like
rattles.
CVT on Red Alert. Like
Yeah, like
5,000
yeah,
RPM
yeah, yeah,
always.
exactly.
Yeah, I've never driven an automatic car on a slight incline that if you're not on the brake, that thing rolls backwards. I'm like,
Yeah.
how does it even work?
Yeah. Unless it's a dual
Literally
clutch.
rolls
If it's a dual
backwards.
clutch, if it's dual clutch automatic, they'll do
Because
that.
it was
'cause they
neutral.
slip a little bit.
Yeah.
They would go neutral. All right. So for my marketplace
I want to
finds-
correct. I want to correct. We looked up the C30.
Oh yeah, Robert has a
R,
statement.
and it is actually a Fiesta ST, not a
not an RS. So
or,
please don't
sorry,
try
a
to
Focus,
kill-
Focus ST,
Focus, yeah.
not a Focus.
Please don't
RS.
try to kill Robert.
Yes, sorry.
It is an ST.
Very, very, very different.
So for my marketplace finds today, I found a
Oh yeah,
Touareg V10 TDI, which is super
there's
crazy.
a guy that stores one of these up with us in Winehaven.
This thing is awesome. I mean, I don't know if this one specifically is awesome, but
He's got a lot of gas in the back.
yeah.
It'd be great. I wonder if he
That's-
like
that's-
hauls it to the track.
that's
or
what scares me a little bit.
Does
But
it leak
anyway,
gas. I guess it's a V10.
yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. V10 diesels, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think this would be so cool to own for a little bit. I'm sure these are a pain.
You want
want
to own it?
but
I mean, in California, man, I went down a rabbit hole with these one time and talked to a guy in Colorado who sells them a ton. He has a dealership, and he sold like 20 of them. And he said, like, basically in fewer words, don't buy this in California. Don't buy a diesel Touareg in California. Because
all the emissions stuff. how
it
it
has
kills
like
us.
all these adapted emissions things because it was that era, you know?
Yep. And they probably don't look at this. They probably don't like they probably don't work well in California. All the
No, and
emissions
then-
things probably destroy them.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, it's still cool. I've been looking for. I guess been kind of like.
Oh yeah,
looking
you
at-
sent us a ZHP. Was this the one?
Yeah. This is mine. My old one.
I didn't know it was blue.
Yeah, it was Mystic
it was
Blue
black.
over.
Oh,
Mystic
that's
Blue over
so
Natural Brown
cool.
was one of.
Why don't
like,
you buy it?
It was like one because it's in Massachusetts now.
So
I don't know. I just like don't want to have to deal with the shipping. But anyway, I bought this car. in-
Derek will be there until Tuesday.
Well, maybe we'll see. We'll see what the price is. I bought this car in like
Derek, I'm
2018,
volunteering you to drive it back.
2017. Well, it's perfect. We do it.
Yeah.
2017 or 2018 from a flipper. I bought it for $9,000, and then immediately dumped like $7,000 into defer in preventative maintenance.
Yikes.
But when I was finished with the car, it was like straight up, literally perfect. Like it was
Yeah.
like the best driving BMW I've ever owned. Period. It was the first car I ever ceramic coated too. But like
It looks pretty good still.
yeah, it looks really good. It's been 5 years later. It's been about 10,000 more miles have been added to it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is like such a good, and this color way is like extremely rare. They only made like 15 of them in this color combination. The only problem with it is it doesn't have heated seats, which is like kind
Oh,
of a
that's
bummer.
why you're not going to buy it.
Well, I mean, I might, we'll see. I try not to buy like repurchased cars that
You've sold.
I've had before, because typically, because I care so much about them, they end up worse. You know,
Than
like
your memory.
I end up buying them and then they're worse because
They weren't as well kept.
Yeah, the owners. Yeah, and it's funny because look, I mean, this was definitely not like this when I had it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a cool car. You know, I probably won't buy it, but it'll be fun to see where it goes. I sold mine for 330 or something like that.
You don't redate ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, even though I would love one of these, probably not the one I had, just because it's probably not as good as when I left it. And another marketplace find. It's not really a marketplace find, but speaking of cars that I might repurchase, one of our mutual friends, Ivan, has a 300 CE in that really pretty pinkish red. I might buy that in the summer.
Yeah, nice.
I might offer to see if I can get that back, because he never drives it,
nice
and I feel bad for it, because every time I go to his warehouse, it's just in the corner. The tires are probably flat spotting. The car, you have to turn, like, it cranks and it starts for a minute and then it dies again, and then you have to like do it a couple times. So like it's like all these things that, like, because it's the older fuel injection, like you really have to like love the cars to get these running, and Allie would love it. So I think it'd be cool to just like buy it for myself and then tell her I bought it for her as a gift. But anyway, those are my project updates.
House as a guest house.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
So Shaun found us something probably insane. 1972 Sankey FV fourth year.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
How much?
tank.
71,000.
Bakersfield. He's getting ready for
close.
the.
Of course
Wow,
it's
it's a
in
tank with a.
Bakersfield, bro.
Wow, he's a lot
Is
of
that a little
tanks.
cherry picker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. What intrigued you about this, Shaun?
Well, besides the fact that it's a tank, it only has 500 miles on it. I mean,
Yeah,
What is the
probably.
engine? Has it got some big diesel?
I mean, so it's like brand new.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Wait.
It's Rolls Royce.
There you go.
240
Rolls Royce
Rolls Royce K60 multi-fuel, so it can be powered by everything.
You put a
Yeah.
person in the
Yeah,
full tank.
you just- and it just,
Get in there.
It just like compresses it into energy. Yeah, that is exactly how I would expect one of these. That's cool.
That four-seater for carpool.
Yeah,
Come
Shaun, this
on.
is Shaun's I won the lottery
That's
sign.
awesome.
240
32
horsepower,
miles an
but
hour.
24,000 torque.
Shaun's just going to commute to work in this one day.
That's perfect.
And we'll
32
know
miles an hour in Bay
when
Area
Shaun
traffic.
sells his company.
That's awesome.
Dude, 32 miles an hour, but you just drive through all the buildings. Get home in 5 seconds. That's,
As the
this is
crow
cool.
flies.
Yeah, this is fun.
good
240
find.
horsepower, but 24,000 torque.
What? Is that what it said?
No, I'm just guessing.
I love the fact that they did a major overhaul on it, and they've only driven it 65 miles
Jesus
since.
Christ.
I mean, do you
Where the
imagine how-
hell would you go 65 miles in a
Only
tank?
65
He
miles?
was hypermiling. He just
Oh
wanted
my
to see how
God.
far he can get.
Wow,
And
this
on,
is cool. I love these
in
things.
Sean's Misadventures is another.
Did somebody
crazy
do the
car.
gambler in this?
I
That's
thought
cool.
about Robert in this one because this is actual local car.
It's not street legal. That's stupid.
This isn't street legal? No way.
It's-
That has to be street. Look at how legit it looks. What could they possibly say is wrong with this at the DMV?
It has no title, or registration, or a cat.
Oh my God.
How do you
So
sell it?
So it's not a car anymore.
Yeah.
It's like it's a thing with wheels that has an engine, and when it's not a car,
You can only park it.
it's probably been stolen like 400 times.
Yeah.
Like you know, but
I wonder if it even has. I wonder if it has like matching VIN stamps.
who cares at this point? It doesn't matter. It's not
Probably
even a car.
not. It's probably like a frame.
Yeah, this thing is not even a car anymore. It's like
Yeah.
there's no title, registration, no cats, like literally nothing.
Wild.
It was formerly a spec Miata. So this car's had a really hard life.
Yeah, I mean, like once it's had a hard life, it's probably just had all this shit replaced.
Yeah, $3,700 though, kind of fun for like a crazy. Thing,
Yeah, if it
you know?
makes it for like a couple thousand miles.
Yeah,
or something.
you do like one trip in it, and it kind of pays off.
Yeah, that's like it is the trip.
Yeah, that's
Good
fun.
find, Shaun.
That's a good
Hey.
find.
That has Jake Bauer written all over it.
Yeah, Jake, go buy it. I'll drive you home. So for today's main topic, I'd like to talk about cars with presence. So when I first thought about this topic, I was thinking about like waftiness. Like when you're driving a car, you feel like the way the car glides down the road is something unique, you know?
Yeah, like
But-
a big body Benz or
Yeah, or like a Rolls
Bentley or
Royce,
Rolls
or,
Royce.
or like a big, huge Cadillac that the only thing it is able to do is like kind of like
Yeah.
feel like a boat. But I've kind of extended it into more topics where like something can have a signature smell that makes it like a certain presence.
Yeah.
Or like an interior style that makes it obviously like uniquely like a presence that this car has and nothing else has. So what are you guys thinking about this? Like what cars do you think What cars come to your mind when you think of like ultimate presents?
I mean, I'm not saying it's a good presence, but and I hate to bring this up like every week, but modern Chargers. I don't know if there's a single other car on the road apart from like maybe an Altima that has more like in my mirror that I like take note of more than an Altima or a Charger. Like I change lanes faster for either of those cars than like a cop
Yeah.
or like a speeding truck,
I agree
like
with
a
you.
Dodge Ram.
I make it really obvious.
Maybe
too.
like a lifted Dodge Ram with the extended mirrors.
Oh
That
yeah,
scares the shit.
when the tow mirrors are out, you got to get out
I'm
off the highway
gone.
completely.
I'm
yeah.
gone.
Yeah, when tow mirrors are out, you leave.
I don't want to
You
be
go.
any closer than 2 lanes away from those cars.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not really a good road presence, but it is a road presence.
Yeah.
It's definitely a road presence.
Or like when people clone their Explorers or their Chargers or their Focus or whatever the car, they put white tops on them and they put like stuff all over them to make them in like a crash
Those
bar.
are police cars.
No, but people do that. People, have you never seen these? Like people will buy like an Explorer
Yeah.
and then put all this stuff on it to make it look like a police car. But it's
No,
actually
they
a
buy
dude.
them because they're old police cars. They
No,
Yeah, and they're
people
like,
buy
what,
new ones.
50 bucks or
People
something?
will buy new ones and do that to
make
them.
it-
Yeah.
And they'll put like fake like a light bar in the grill to make it look like it has like lights in the grill.
That's fun. Yeah, I mean, something that I'm thinking about in terms of style, I'm not necessarily thinking this is good or bad, but like for some reason, when you're inside a Jaguar F-Type,
Oh god damn it! I was gonna say a Jag, but
Yeah.
not an F Type. So go
when
ahead.
when you're inside an F-Type, there is like a really like specific vibe to the car that gives you a certain presence that I don't think any other car can give you, because the dash is weird and sloped really forward.
I think
and,
it
like,
has a similar appeal to the
it has like a suave feeling.
Vantage, the V8 Vantage of that era.
Yeah, but seems like so much more affordable. You know, it's like
Yeah.
seems like a cool like I get in the car and I immediately feel like I'm going to like
A Gala.
or no, like a club, not a gala.
Club, yeah.
like
yeah.
a club.
Yeah, yeah. I guess
and
the
like
DB9 is the Gala.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So it's like there's a very specific style and presence to an F-Type.
Yeah.
That I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when I see those lights and hear that roaring V8, dude, of a fucking Corvette,
Which one?
there's any one of them, bro.
Yeah, that's true. It is a very
as
specific.
I see, you know what? That's a smart guy. That's a guy right there that says, hey, you know what? F a Ferrari, I can get the same performance, the same everything, and save a ton of money.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
Yeah.
It is true. I mean, it's like kind of they get shit on like crazy, but if you look at modern racing history with Corvettes, they are really good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
If
was
you look
at
at like comparisons
Yeah.
in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
they're
it's
really good.
it's really like something crazy to
Especially the
think about.
C8s, like the C8 special editions are all
Yeah.
like unbelievably
Yeah.
good cars.
Oh, man. And when they step out of that car with those tight ripped jeans,
Fucking
and
New Balances,
New Balances.
slap the sticker on the window with the build data.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Those leather gloves.
It's a vibe. That's a presence. That is presence. That
hat-
Corvette owner presence is
That
something.
doesn't say
the
Corvette.
Corvette.
It just says Vet. Or
Yeah.
it just has the V on it.
Or it just has the Corvette logo.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, man.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because like I totally agree with you on the presence thing, and I was at
I
some
do
like
really want a C6.
yeah, well, so
nice
that kind
C6.
of goes along I went to a evening car event with my dad just kind of casually because some of his friends were going.
Yeah.
This car event was held by like a Mexican restaurant, and like 7 cars were there, and they're all hot rods, and like I'm just like walking around this event, and I'm like everyone is so happy there, and I'm like. Their life in the automotive world is so much simpler and probably
happier.
way more pure and happier than
Totally.
like any of our lives.
Or than anybody who like critiques every single car that they see. on the
and
road
that's the
is-
presence in and of itself. Just being happy with what you have and not like not always trying to get something. I don't know. I guess like gave me like a like I totally get why someone would buy a Corvette because like they just buy it and then that would be it. That's
It's like
the
the
car
it's their forever car. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
They
their
will
car.
always wanted.
I could never do that. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I would
can't do
love
it.
the fact that I could bring my wife to a car show and her knowing to stay in the car because it takes away from my shine of stepping out of the car.
Yeah. What's that sticker? BARB left, pants shit. God bless.
God blessed.
What's the other one? There's another one.
Hog cranked.
Hog cranked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate presence. I
it,
think.
dude.
My last thing because I have to leave. I have to talk about a Mercedes, but the C126 560 SEC Mercedes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
like my dad's,
Your
but the coupe.
dad's, yeah.
But the coupe specifically.
Yeah.
Driving that car on the highway, to this day, like it's the best driving car period on the highway ever. Like it's better.
140?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. It's like that car because the smells are right in the
Yeah.
126. The coupe is like so stylish and so like such a huge presence on the road.
Yeah.
And you get the S class like glide. So like it's like the best. Like they should be worth like 50 grand. Like the car is such an extremely nice car that my dad had for a little bit. And I want one so badly, but
that era, the smells of that era are just so sublime.
they just smells rich. Like inside the
so
126, it smells like old fashioned rich. Like you're good to go home to your like huge mansion and like.
But it's like 1979 or
Yeah, it's like you
or
just
something.
I don't know. It's such a good. I would SECs are like it's like the 300 CE that I'm trying to buy back from Ivan.
You
Like,
just shorted
it's a
your
little,
way to $200 million in wealth.
yeah, it's a little bit of that, but like the SEC is like such a like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I'd love to get one at some point. But those are the cars. Anything else? Anything on?
And really, just being a car guy is respect for all those out there, with cars,
Unless it's an Altima or a Charger.
25, 30 years old that are just out there is just being a car guy as you see the work, the dedication that everybody puts in their cars. So we appreciate the audiences out there, all of our Vault members.
I don't appreciate Chargers and Altimas.
Yeah, exactly.
And comment down below what your favorite cars with presence
Sorry,
are.
I just have to add that
No,
on.
that's very true.
And before we go into the scenario, I want you guys to right now pause the video, comment down below what your cars with presence are, because I guarantee you they're different for everybody.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you an SEC was not on the mind of most people that are watching.
No.
But anyway,
I gotta say also air-cooled Porsches.
yeah, I've never really
There's
driven them
the
hard.
road presence, not even necessarily of driving one, but even just hearing one on the road or being in one on the road. They have such a specific sound, and anytime you drive a car from the same decade as any air-cooled Porsche, you're just kind of like, wow, no wonder everybody loved these cars.
Yeah, I mean, they're
for
really
40
totally
fucking
different.
years. They're
Yeah.
just so good,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
and like other touch points are so great. And then,
Yeah, they're really next level. If you think about like 88, like if you think about my M5 versus any air-cooled 911 from 88,
or like in the 60s,
plastics everywhere in the BMW, like everything is
like
such
the
a high quality in the
first
Porsche.
generation of the 911 versus like a Camaro or a C2 Corvette.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you drive a
Yeah.
C2 Corvette and you drive a 911 of the same year, it's just like, why would you ever buy a C2 Corvette
Yeah.
if you could have bought this 911?
Yeah, I mean, people go off their presence. They just
Yeah.
wanted the Corvette. They wanted to be a spaceman.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. So comment down below. Curious to hear what you guys think. And now for the scenario. Shaun came up with this last week, and we pushed it to next this week. So hopefully you guys have thought about this.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a wild one. So someone gives you a time machine. It's only active for 24 hours. Where in time do you go to start or stop an automotive related thing? So you're only using this time machine one time to get there and back, and you're trying to begin or to cease something that is automotive
Oh,
related.
I got mine.
Go for yours because I have no idea.
So if we can extend automotive to like just general transportation,
Yeah. Totally.
I would probably go back to whatever the 20s. I'll have to Google this. I don't know if it was the 10s, 20s, or 30s, or when this happened in America. When we stopped pursuing electric trains and high-speed rail, far down the line, high-speed rail, but approximately electric trains, and stuck with traditional internal combustion, and I think that had such a huge impact on mass transit, and it would have changed how we like commute and view cars today. And I think we would have had like a lot less single occupancy vehicles, which would have left room for cars to be a fun thing and not a commuter thing. Like the impact that the gas and oil industry had on electric transportation back then. Just think about how far ahead we would have been in so many different places
Nice. Yeah.
if that had happened. That's like my wholesome one.
Yeah. Shaun, what about you? Do you got anything?
It's kind of hard because there's so many significant things that have happened, like around an automobile, right? You think about
Oh, like all the biggest innovations.
well, not even that, but just like world history, right?
Yeah.
the Kennedy assassination.
Oh yeah.
Boy, what if they wanted to have had like a sedan?
A tinted limo.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah.
Just crazy stuff that's just happened. That's just affected American, lives. Actually, lives around the world so much. So I guess it'd be easy to kind of take one of those events and think about maybe how the world would probably.
I think somebody already answered this question with the Citroen that Charles de Gaulle got in that saved his life because it had self-leveling suspension and he fled 60 miles on 3 wheels.
What a PR move for that was.
Somebody did that. Somebody got in a time machine and was like, Monsieur de Gaulle, get in the Citroen.
Yeah,
And then it saved his
trust me,
fucking life.
The self-leveling suspension. You'll save your life one day. And there we go. It did.
Yeah.
For me, I think there's two of them that come to mind that were kind of quick in my brain. But right when fuel injection came out, all of some of our favorite cars were produced, E30s and all that stuff. And I personally think it makes those cars worse, right? Because the fuel injection.
Fuel injection.
Fuel injection from back then was not very good. Makes cars
At least fuel injection in cheap fuel injection solutions.
In today's world, those systems are almost impossible to tune, and the cars barely run, right? So I think I would be curious to know how the enthusiast market would take an E30 that was carbureted or an M110 Mercedes dual overhead cam car instead of it being fuel injected carbureted, because both of those cars I think would they both have carbureted versions, but the pinnacle of the car that was in that was in that motor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Be curious to see if that did anything. And then the other one that came into my head was amphicars. I feel like they had two of them.
Wait, amphicars?
What do you think I said?
You go get some more amphicars on the road.
Cool. Just being able to, you don't have
Shaun
to buy a boat.
Sean and I are like, what automotive event can we do that would change the course of human lives? And Joe's
I don't care.
I want more boat cars.
I hate boats with a passion. I think it's stupid. I think boats are dumb because you have to move them everywhere. It's just combine both of them. It's I don't know. It just seems like a better idea.
Yeah. I would love if there had been some other solution for nuclear power and small nuclear fusion powered cars. I think that it's still one of those things that's just there's such a massive hill to climb.
Wouldn't that yield like a fuel reserve that would last 900 years or something?
Yeah, it depends on what your catalyst is and what type of fusion reaction you're doing, but yeah, it would last a very long time. The problem is there's still going to be if you have 100 million consumer cars running on that shit, you still will have byproducts.
I'd be worried about either accidents or waste.
Yeah, the
imagine
waste.
an accident.
And also the
nuclear bomb going off.
deployment of the cars and manufacturing of the cars, and you guys got fusion cells everywhere.
Right.
I forget what the big issue with it was. I don't know if it was a packaging thing or if it was.
It probably was just shut down because then the whole bombing stuff happened, and they probably were just
well, it would have happened
no more.
after. I think there was a lot of talk of it in the 50s, right? It was that American. I don't know. I'm talking at my ass now, so I should probably look this up before I say it.
Because I know they shut down nuclear big time in this area and in the country, right?
Yeah.
And
well, the
I'm pretty
biggest
sure that had
question
probably,
was meltdowns at
exactly
facilities
So even though it's super efficient energy, right? It's very clean.
Yeah.
There's just been no.
Yeah.
There's been no engineering.
It's a political concern.
Yeah. We're still stuck in the 50s with that type of stuff because we've never had it.
It's the same with turbine cars.
Yeah,
it's just they're not efficient. Although those got a lot farther, they're just not efficient enough.
Yeah,
because they can't operate. You have to be at maximum turbine speed.
Yeah, and you're probably
efficiency.
burning an insane amount of fuel. And
yeah,
all that stuff. But comment down below what you would change in automotive history to for the better or for the worst. Hopefully, it's mostly for the better. But
BMW would stop making new cars and only make exactly what they're already making.
Just come up with a new E28 M5.
Yeah, E28, E34, E39, and they would never make another new car after that.
They just
would just continue making all of those cars.
That would have been the best mic drop in history if they made the E39 M5 and then just
we've done
went
it.
bankrupt and that was it.
We're just dissolving the company. We're never gonna make a better car.
They're just okay.
Could you imagine what E39s would be worth?
Say exactly.
Millions of dollars. Yeah, every BMW it wouldn't have been this untouchable.
If BMW had gone Saab,
Yeah.
Their
They're
M
like,
cars would have been.
We made the SPG and then we're done.
Yeah.
We're completely finished.
Or Porsche just said, you know what, the 996, we can't do anymore after this.
Yeah,
We're done.
We're done with the 911 platform.
We're done.
This one failed.
That
We're
would've
just
been
gonna build Cayennes now.
Yeah. Oh my God, life would be totally different.
Right.
Yeah. Man. Yeah,
Oh,
so-
that could be a good scenario for the future. What is if a manufacturer had stopped making a single model of a car anytime in history? What car model would have had the biggest impact on change in like the enthusiast car community? Like if it had been canceled at any time in its history.
Well, the 911 would win.
911 would have been
911,
really
yeah.
high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
Anything else before we close?
But now we can't say 911, so we'd have to think of something.
Yeah, we'll find
Perfect.
something else.
Besides
We'll
the
find
Can't be 911. That's good.
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Cool.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next episode next week.
See
See
ya.
you later.